Welcome to Magic Master Sets. Hey everyone, it's Nathan. So if you watched my last video, you know that I had said I was going to potentially try to get to the store after I was done with my day and try to see if I could find some more of the Crimson Vow Commander set, because that is the one that I seem to have the highest percentage rate on of completion, just because it's a lower number of cards in that set, and I already have a good amount of them. So most of 50% of that, as you can see here on the chart. However, they did have a lot of bulk, and like I had said, it's going to potentially take me probably days, maybe even like I would say to go through each individual box of bulk he's got. I mean, we're looking at maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks potentially, depending on how quickly I can go through and all. So it's a lot to go through. So I was only able to get through one box with the time that I had. And that particular box had nothing in Crimson Vow Commander at all. There wasn't even a single card in there for that. So when I was looking through it, though, I did notice that it did have a lot three other sets that I knew that I needed stuff for, which is the ones I highlighted here in green. So, Adventure of Forgotten Realms, Innistrad Crimson Vow, and Innistrad Midnight Hunt. So I was able to pick up a lot of cards from that set. So I'm going to show you here that I have this one. So this is Val. So this one is the Innistrad. Oops, sorry, hit the mic. This is Innistrad Crimson Val. This is how many I got for that one. This one is let's see here. This is Innistrad Midnight Hunt. So I got a couple more for that one, and then the one I got the most amount for is the Adventure of Forgotten Realms, which is this. So this video, I'm not going to individually like kind of go through with the phone mount and show you the individual cards. What I'm going to do is this particular video, we're going to go through just the Innistrad Crimson Vow set. I'm going to bring up Rare Candy, and then I'm going to add these in. So that's what this video is going to be. I'm going to make another one going through the next set, and then a third video making the third one, just because since there's so much, it's going to take time to port these all in. Also, if you noticed, I don't know, you might notice, you might not. I'm trying a new screen record system and program for editing. So I'm hoping that this actually is better than the other one. The other one had some limitations. It crashed a lot. It corrupted some of my videos as I was trying to do stuff, sometimes in the middle of things. This one also does not have a time restriction on how long I could record, but the other one only let me record for 30 minutes at a time. So I'd have to stop, start another video, and then edit them together. So I'm going to give this one a shot, see how it works. If it winds up being the way I like it, I can let you know what I'm using. It is a free version. I'm not paying for anything quite just yet because I'm not making any money off of doing this. I'm spending a lot of money doing this with buying the cards and all. So I'm not trying to pay for anything. I'm trying to get anything I can for free at the moment. Also, to give you an update while I'm getting into here, I have did buy some more stuff on Whatnot. I wound up getting a couple different things on there, so they should be here in about a week or so. And I don't actually know how many cards I'm getting. So I found um, a new seller on Whatnot, and basically from the way it looked on his was that he already had he had multi packs there, and basically was segmenting things out by like their category, so by land, by instant, or if there was like creature types where you had like your cat or your vampire or whatever. And then if you won that particular bid on Whatnot, you got the wheel spin, and whatever that landed on your out of those sets that he had, which I think he had 3 or 4 sets, that you would get all the cards of that type from those sets in there. And I won a couple of them. So I honestly have no idea how many cards I'm going to be getting. It's going to be kind of a surprise when I get them. I could do some research to find out, but I think it's going to be more fun to have the surprise, I think, of just seeing what I get when I get them. So we'll be looking forward to that. And am I in the right set here? Yes, I am in the right set. So this is how you're going to know out of this pack, or I'm sorry, not the pack, but out of this pile here. This is how you're going to know what I was able to get. Now, I used my tablet. I did go through to make sure that I wasn't really buying duplicates. However, I did pick up a couple random duplicates just because I was able to find like hollow versions of one. I went in and checked and said I had it, but I checked the ones that I have. And if I had a regular one and I found a hollow, I bought it anyway. So I will have 2 copies of that. I will add in the hollow version, but, like I said, my goal is not to have one of each card type, whether I have the regular and the hollow. It's just to have one of each card in the full set. However, if I change my mind in the future, or if something were to come up and I want to do a complete full master set where I have one of each, now I'll have those as copies and ready to go. So let's get into Innistrad. And if I'm saying that wrong, again, I'm not good with the whole like fictional words and whatever. So if I'm saying it wrong, sorry, deal with it. But let's get into Crimson Vow and adding these in. So I keep doing that as a little mistake. I don't mean to click on it. I just mean to click add to the collection. So this is the first one here that we are adding. This is non-foil. So I hope you guys have been doing well. I've been getting some I've been looking at some of these uh, what is it called? Statistics. Sorry, I've been looking at some of the statistics and seeing that some of my videos have been getting some views. It's funny. The one I thought like something like doing this, where I thought this would probably get the lowest amount of views, actually is the one so far that's gotten the most amount of views and like kind of the most feedback and all. So I've gotten some views. I haven't gotten any comments yet. So I mean, anybody's watching, feel free to please leave a comment. I would love some feedback and know what people are thinking and what you if you think this is a good thing to do. Again, I'm doing this more for myself in the aspect of I'm wanting to do the master sets, and I just figured, hey, why not let the community join me? I'm not trying to do this for fame or for anything or money or nothing like that. I said to myself, hey, I want to try to do this as a collection. I want to get into doing the master sets, and I just want anybody who would like to join me along the way to feel free to join me along the way. But I'd like to get you to know my viewers and what got you into magic or what you do. I've also, like I said before, I thought about potentially doing some streaming, maybe not live streaming it because I don't think I even have the ability to live stream on here. And because I'm still all relatively new at all of this, I don't even want to try to go onto any of the other like streaming platforms and like try to set up an account with that. I'm not there yet. That's not my goal. So I would rather just if I'm going to stream it all, I'd rather just do it everything kind of here on YouTube, and maybe as I get better, learn more, and if I actually start getting um, like interaction and all as I grow the channel, then yes, I will probably start potentially moving over into those other platforms and learning how to do those. But right now, again, this is my hobby. This is what I'm doing for fun and just doing it for fun, basically for that reason. But I'd still, anybody who's watching, like to get to know you and just tell me a little bit about what you do within the magic realm. Do you only do magic? Do you do magic and any of the other card games? Um, and just what is it that, how long have you been doing it? What got you into it? Like, it just give me some details, give me some info. You're getting to learn about me a little bit here. I want to get to learn about you guys. Um, so I'm gonna, since I want to just chat and just talk while I'm on here, and I'm not doing this live in regards to like having a chat feature up or the ability, like I said, I'm not streaming. I'm just gonna banter a little bit myself while I'm doing this, so it's not just a very boring video of me just adding cards to the collection. So something just to give you info about myself, like just more into just talking. So as I said in a prior video, as a job, I am a real estate agent. I'm a realtor. There actually is a difference if anybody knows. There, I forget what the show was. I cannot remember it. I only saw it as a clip, but somebody in a show not that long ago made a joke where they were kind of there was some argument or something that was going on, and the person that was being corrected and kind of yelled at was like, "What are you, some real estate person?" And the guy's wife was there, and she said, "He's a realtor." And yes, there is a difference, but I don't know what it is, or something along those lines. And when I saw that clip, I laughed hysterically because there actually is a difference between a real estate salesperson and a realtor. And I'm also emphasizing that it is pronounced realtor. I always used to say realtor or realtor, and I got corrected by another agent, and he's like, "It's not realtor or realtor. It's realtor. Just like you're going on a real tour of a property, it's realtor. And he's like, if you think that that's not how it is pronounced, he's like, next time you go to your DACA tour, let me know what they think of that. And I, again, laughed at that, what he said. And I was like, well, he's correct. That is the correct pronunciation. So it has taken me a while. I still slip up sometimes, but I am trying to correct myself because I am one. I am a realtor, so I should be saying it correctly. So if anybody also just was interested in that, and I just put this in the wrong one. This is a hollow. So that is how it's pronounced. But anyway, I always think of that little clip when that person, that lady was like, there is a difference between a realtor and a real estate agent. Now, every state handles their licensing. I think I mentioned that before. Every state handles their licensing a little bit different. So I don't know what the full designation would be in other states. I know in Pennsylvania, where I live, and in New Jersey, where I'm also licensed, that we are designated as real estate salespeople. That's like a real estate salesperson is actually what our license is. And what the difference between a real estate salesperson or agent, real estate sales agent, and a realtor. Sorry, I'm just looking for this wherever I lost it. What am I? Oh, I probably would be doing better if I had my glasses on and I could actually see the numbers on the cards that I'm trying to look at. The difference between a real estate salesperson and a realtor is that the word realtor is actually a copyrighted word. It is not a standard word. It has actually, there is a copyright to it, which is why if you ever see the actual realtor logo, which is a big R, it has a little copyright symbol in the bottom. And that is because the word realtor and the copyright of that is actually held by what is called NAR. NAR stands for the National Association of Realtors. Realtors, sorry. And again, today just realized I said it wrong. So the National Association of Realtors is who holds the copyright for the word and the phrase, or just I guess the word realtor. So the difference between the two is that if you want to call yourself a realtor, you have to be a member of NAR. You have to join that as a membership. Now, we are in a way a union. I think like it's the easiest way to, I guess, explain what we are because we are in a union, but we're kind of not. We don't, it's not called a union. I'm really not sure how to describe it other than a union because when we get licensed, like at least myself, I had to join a local board, a state board, and the national board. The local board for me is the county that I'm in. I joined the county board. Um, and it's not private information because if you look my name up, everything is public. So I mean, obviously, I told you what my name is, and so you could look that up. So um, the board that I am a member of is in Bucks County, Pennsylvania. So I am a realtor in Bucks County, but then I also am on this. Like I have a membership at the state board of Pennsylvania, and then I also have my membership with NAR, which is the national. So local, state, and national is my three. And then in Jersey, also the same. I had to join a local in New Jersey, join the state, and then I'm already part of the national, so I didn't have to rejoin the national again there. But that is actually what the difference is that I'm part of those organizations, and I pay dues basically to have my association with them. So I had to pay those dues once a year, right at the beginning of the year. I just paid them at the end of January actually, because I had to be in by February 1st. So I paid those, and now for the next year, I can say that I am a realtor because I'm a part of NAR. So if you ever talk with somebody and you're ever looking at buying a house or whatever, you can always ask just out of if you're interested for your own curiosity's sake, you can say, are you a real estate salesperson or are you a realtor? Now, again, other states may classify, if you're not a realtor, they might classify it differently. They might say real estate salesperson, they might just say real estate agent. Every state handles things differently, and I'm not familiar if that is something that's kind of standardized across the board for every state or what. So definitely would be if I have any people that are on here that are watching that are also agents in other states and communities, please let me know. I'd love to know that because I don't get to talk to many agents outside of the state. I do have some connections to people in other states for different reasons, but I don't really talk to them like that, so I don't really know. A little bit of an educational point for anybody as well who's watching this. Realtors, real estate salespeople, whatever you want to call us, I'm just going to use the term realtor as the standard. Um, we all do work in the industry and we all cover the states that we live in, and we cannot give advice, real estate advice, to somebody in a state that we are not licensed in because that's an issue. Like we are it's think of it like a lawyer or a doctor, somebody that's practicing their craft in a state they're not licensed. That can become a problem. So I can never give any of you real estate advice for a couple of reasons. A, I can't if I'm not your representative agent in the first place. I can give generalized advice. I can't give specific advice to you. So, like, if one of you were to comment and say, "Hey, I'm dealing with X issue. What should I do?" I can't give you that specific advice because I'm not your agent. If you'd like to hire me as your agent, we can absolutely have a conversation about that, and then I can give you all the advice you want. I can give generic advice, that's stuff you can find online, stuff that you would have to kind of know and do anyway, but I can't give specific advice unless I'm working with that person. And then if you wanted to hire me, I'm only licensed in PA and Jersey, as I said, so I cannot help outside of that. However, here's where the little catch is. I actually have a friend of mine who's doing this. She wants to move to Tennessee. Now, I'm not getting licensed in Tennessee. It is way too far. Like, I won't even go out to Pittsburgh. It's on the other side of the state from me. So I won't even help somebody go out there if they wanted to. Could I help them? Theoretically, yes, I could because it's all one state. But I don't want to because it's way too far. So my friend is looking to go and move out to Tennessee. What we can do in the industry is, like, let's say you came to me and said, I live here and I want to move here and it's in another state. What I can do to assist you is I can actually research agents in those states and I can find somebody within the state and the area that you're looking to go and help you get in touch with them. So that's what I did with my friend. Like, she told me what area in Tennessee she wanted to go to. I did some research and I got in touch with two different agents that cover that area. And I actually interviewed them myself first, and then after I interviewed them, I wanted to. I tried to get a hold of three or four, and only two of them actually responded. But I got in touch with two of them, interviewed them. I liked them both. They were both very, very nice ladies, um, and very knowledgeable and all. So I then got my friend in touch with them because she wants to go out there. She's going to need somebody to help her when she gets out there. So that's what I did. What happens though for me is because my friend's like, "Well, I want you to help because I want you to obviously make money because this is your job and I want you to make some money off of this." And I said, "Well, I appreciate that. Um, and I absolutely will because the way we make money from something doing something like that is we make what's called a referral fee. So we make our money at the end when we help somebody buy or sell, and we make a commission. Well, a referral fee means that we're going to take a part of that money that we're getting. So, like, let's say somebody gave me a referral. I'm going to get that buyer or that seller to the closing table and I'm going to earn my commission. Then, me and that agent that gave me the referral, we're going to have a predetermined amount that I'm going to give them from the money that I make so that they get something. Because basically, what they did was they handed me a client that I didn't have to pay for marketing for, I didn't have to pay to like track down. I was basically handed somebody that wants to do something. And the way of basically thanking the person for giving me that ability because they can't help them for whatever reason, whether it's too far out of state, whatever the case is, they wanted to hand them to me. So I took them and I'm paying them a percentage of my percentage basically for doing that. So that's how real estate agents work. So if you know a real estate agent or a realtor in your area and you are looking to make a move and go somewhere way far away, even if it's in the same state, like Texas is huge. Texas or California, for example. They're really big states. Well, you can move in the same state, but you could move so far away, it's still a couple of hours. That agent might not be able to help you, but they can do some research and find you somebody in the area you want to go and get that referral fee. And if you know them, that's a way of still helping them out and letting them make basically make free money. Like they're not really doing anything. All they're doing is making a couple phone calls. They should be interviewing the agent. They should be doing some research on the agent to make sure that they're a good qualified agent. Because just like in any industry, we have people that are not good or qualified. Like, I mean, they're qualified, obviously, if they're licensed, but just because you're qualified doesn't mean you're good. Um, and I've dealt with some, but you want to just make sure that they're decent. They're going to do a decent job. And also, if for any reason something were to happen and you decide to not continue to work with that agent that is in the area you're going, go back to your friend, go back to them if they gave you the referral in the first place, and be like, "Hey, it's not working out with this person. I want to find somebody else." Because if you just go and find somebody else on your own, your friend doesn't make any money. They have to have there's we work in contracts, we work in documents, we work in legal. So if that agent, if your friend agent does not have um a referral fee agreement with the agent that's going to help you with buying or selling or whatever, they're not going to make that referral fee. So always make sure that your main point of contact when trying to find an agent in the area you're going is the person you know, and then that that new person becomes your representative in that searching area until you either close or decide not to. But and then you can always ask your friend. I'll say this: it gets a little weird when you know an agent and you're going somewhere else and getting advice from somebody else because your inclination is like, oh, let me go back to the person I know. Well, again, like I said, we're not allowed to give advice in the states that were not licensed. So the issue is, like my friend, if she were to come back to me when she actually starts getting the process going and was like, "Hey, this agent here wants to do this." I don't know that state. I can't say whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. I could say if I really wanted to push it, I could be like, "Well, if you were here, we could kind of do this or that." But every state is handled differently. So we really shouldn't be giving and stepping on anybody's toes because it's a different state. And those states have different paperwork, they have different regulations. Like even PA and New Jersey, like I live in Pennsylvania and I mainly deal with Pennsylvania, but I'm licensed in New Jersey. Um, Even Pennsylvania and New Jersey have very different rules and laws and regulations within themselves. So you even though you think, well, it's all the same thing. I'm buying a car, I'm buying a house, I'm buying a refrigerator. Housing is different. Housing is regulated by the federal government on a certain level, um, because there are legal federal fair housing laws, and that's part of like the trainings and stuff that we go through. So even though there are some federal regulations, the state regulations are what really dictate things based on where you're buying and what you're doing or selling or whatever in the particular area and the state. So you need to talk with a local expert there to know what it is that you need to do because that's why we're licensed in the way we are. I know one agent, I believe she's licensed in either 3 or 4 states, I forget. And I think it's awesome. A couple people have asked me if I'm going to get licensed in another state, um, which the next closest state to me really would be Delaware. I don't think so. I don't really want to. I don't really have a reason to. I don't I like I only the only time last time I was in Delaware was just to literally drive through because I was taking a trip to DC. So it's like I don't go to Delaware like that. I don't have a reason to go to Delaware like that. So I probably won't get licensed there. But that would be the next I guess, like state that would make the most sense to get licensed if I was going to. But I don't really I don't have a desire to or want to. I have a couple business plans for myself, like to grow um, myself in the industry. I have two main things that I'm focusing on at the moment to do. One is I want to get into teaching. So I qualify with my knowledge and expertise that I have now. I qualify to become a real estate teacher where I could teach the state exam. So if you were to be like, "Hey, I want to get my real estate license in Pennsylvania," um, I could be the one to teach the class that would help you get the exam done that you need. so you can then take the state exam to try to get your license. So that's one focus that I'm going on. And the second focus is within sometime in 2028, by the end of 2028, I want to have what's called a broker's license. And that's basically just the next step up from where I'm at. So those are my two main goals that I'm focusing on right now. So we have added all the cards. We have now a total of 94 of 444. So let's go back to our chart here and let's update this. So we are here. We have a total now of 44 cards. So we went basically doubled how many we had. So that's going to end today's video for this. Like I said, the next video I'm going to make is going to be on, I'm probably just going to stop this one and start the next one, just so they're spread out a little bit, not just one continuously long video. But I think, let's see here, Midnight Hunt is going to be the next one, because I'm doing this from the lowest amount to the highest amount. So I have very close to the same amount from Midnight Hunt that I do as adventures, but I have a little bit more in adventures. So the next one we're going to do is Midnight Hunt. So keep an eye out for that video. That'll probably be uploaded right after this one. But if you guys are enjoying this, please, like I said, like, comment, whatever. I'd just like to see what people are thinking about this. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I will talk to you soon. Bye. Thank you for watching Magic Master Sets. Please like and subscribe to the channel, and please feel free to leave a comment.